I've always had a passion for being around and learning about animals. When I was younger, going to zoos and animal parks was always a part of my life. I wanted to share my passion with family and friends, so I started working with people that loved animals as much as I did, and my YouTube channel was born. Welcome back to my animal education series. Today I'm at the Treehouse Wildlife Center to do some amazing interviews on hopefully a coyote and a woodpecker. So I'm really excited to do these interviews. I hope you guys are too, and let's just have a great day. Welcome back to my animal education series. Today I'm at the Treehouse Wildlife Center with Caitlyn. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, doing good. What do we have here behind us?
So we are with some of our coyotes right now. We have Zuni Apache. They are permanent resident coyotes here at Treehouse Wildlife Center. We are a rehabilitation facility and animal education center as well. So these guys cannot be released back into the wild. So they stay with us year round here.
How did these coyotes come here?
So the one that we have all the way who's laying in the back, that's Zuni. She came in 2011. She was a case where someone tried to illegally raise her as a pet. It is against law to have any type of wild animal that you take out of the wild into your home to keep as, a family member. So they brought her here. She is human habituated, and so she cannot be released back into the wild because some people don't really like coyotes, and if she were to approach someone like that, it may not end up well for her. Now we have Apache in here too, who's hiding over on the other side. He was hit by a car, and so he broke both of his front legs. Our veterinarian did an amazing job setting the fractures. Unfortunately, he does have a permanent limp now, and he cannot be released back into the wild as well.
So how old do you think these coyotes are?
So Zuni actually came in as a young one. She came in 2011, so if you do a little bit of math, you will know where we're at there. And Apache did come in as an adult, so he's probably about 3-4 years old, we suspect.
So where can you find these coyotes in the wild?
Coyotes are pretty much everywhere. They are really, they're animals that have learned to adapt into different lifestyles and landscapes. So at one point in time, you were only able to see them out in rural areas away from people, but now that we have moved into their territories, they have had to learn to live with us. So they are more common now as well in settings such as city settings, suburban areas. They're pretty much adaptable to just about anywhere, and they can be found all over the United States.
And I imagine being so close to people, that could cause a lot of issues for them.
Yeah, you do hear in the news nowadays of some negative interactions that people have with coyotes or that pets have with coyotes. Usually that stuff is very, very rare, but when it does happen, it gets blown up in the media. So we try and kind of give people some ideas on how to deter having coyotes around their area, in their yards and such, so that we can potentially mitigate any type of negative interactions that they may have with the animal.
And you were saying with Zuni right before this interview that they're acting really kind of dog-like, with his ears down and wagging his tail, and a bunch of people think that's cute, and that's not good.
Right. So when we do tours and people come in and ask about her, we do tell them that that's not normal, that should not be normal. As cute as it is to us, because she is acting like a domestic dog, that's not something that we should potentially be, carrying on and having her do and having other coyotes do. So we always try and educate people that, the wild animals don't make a good pet regardless of what you may see here. We don't treat our animals like pets, we treat them like co-workers. They have a job while they're here at our center.
So let's say if Zuni was out in the wild acting kind of dog-like, how would that affect them?
Right, so here in the St. Louis area, there are some rural areas that we, Treehouse Wildlife Center is located in an area like that. If an animal like that was friendly to people and say one day it got hungry during the winter, if it was a hard winter, and they knew that people were a source of food, they may go ahead and approach somebody's yard or approach somebody, and that could lead to an issue with a coyote being shot. And we hear of stories of that with people all the time saying, we had a friendly coyote in our neighborhood and a resident shot it, because there is open hunting season on the coyotes and such. So we, usually with issues like that, it may have been somebody who had a coyote and released it, but it's more so that the coyotes are habituated to people now because they're living in areas that people are inhabiting.
So what will these coyotes eat?
They eat just about any type of meat. So we give our guys some chicken and stuff, so they'll get chicken heads, which to us that sounds pretty gross. And then they get high-grade dog food. We do have some hunters that will donate meat that has no lead shot in it, so like deer meat and things of that nature. So we'll give that stuff to them as well to kind of supplement different dietary needs that they are requiring to keep themselves healthy and such. Yep.
What kind of animal would try to attack or possibly kill a coyote?
You know, we don't necessarily have an apex predator where we're living, so an animal that kind of establishes a hierarchy over other animals where that's going to be the animal that's hunting just about everything. The coyotes, they're not necessarily an apex predator, but they are going to hunt most, rabbits, possums, and things of that nature. We are the biggest predator to the coyotes. That can be us, that can be, farm dogs that we have on our property that protect our livestock from coyotes and such. Things that we have established to keep coyotes away. We are the biggest predators to them. We are the biggest predators to every animal, though, if you want to broaden that. So.
What has been the hardest thing to do about keeping these coyotes nice and healthy?
That's an interesting question. I'm not necessarily sure if there has been anything that we have struggled with in keeping these guys healthy. We do like to incorporate enrichment in these guys' lives. We want them to be not just physically healthy, but mentally healthy. So we'll do a lot of projects and crafts and things that maybe we have people do, and we'll put different things in their enclosures to kind of keep their brain stimulated, because keeping the brain healthy is just as important as keeping the body healthy.
So how vocal are these animals?
These guys are pretty vocal. They have a lot of different vocalizations that mean certain things, just like with us, how we laugh when we're excited, we cry when we're unhappy. It's the same thing with these guys, the same thing with most animals. So I can actually get them to howl for you guys. They do it pretty easily. What I'll do is a location howl, and it will sound pretty bad. I'm not as good as my other staff member here is, and I will give the location howl, then Zuni will respond with hers, Apache will respond with his, we've got a female over there that will respond for hers, and then they'll go into a rally cry. So actually, if you want to join me, you are more than welcome to, Cole.
I can try.
Okay, so on the count of 3, and this is what I do with my kids, we'll go ahead and we'll do that long prolonged howl, and then I'll hold up my hand when I see Zuni kind of throw her head up. So 1, 2, 3. And that is the rally cry.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about the coyotes.
Yeah, and thank you for coming out. You're always
Absolutely.
welcome to come out. So yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. As always, if you guys enjoyed this week's episode, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, and also check out my Instagram @Culture. As always, I'll see you next week.